Hi everyone, welcome to another video by Optionables. My name is Saket and today in this video we are going to review the yearly performance of Optionables. So we come to the end of financial year today. So we are going to see how we have performed from April 1st till March 31st, 2022 and we'll see what is the profit or loss. So this year has been a roller coaster ride for us. So both in terms of option trading as well as psychologically. So we are going to discuss more about those aspects as well. Before which we'll first look at what exactly happened today and we are also going to later move on and look at the yearly performance. So today, as we expected, there was no big move in the market. The market traded in a very narrow range of hardly around 50 to 60 points on the upside as well as downside. The market opened around 17,500 and more or less throughout the day the market ended up consolidating there. So in the yesterday's video also we had clearly mentioned that we are not expecting any big up move or down move today in the market. The reason is it is the end of financial year and usually you don't expect a lot of volatility in such situations. And as expected the market completely ended flat today and we neither saw any big up move or down move or any volatility intraday. Coming to today's trade, so we had carried a 36,500 short straddle from yesterday, which I had shown in yesterday's video, and today we ended up shorting 17,500 in Nifty. So throughout the day we ended up holding this position of 17,500 and 36,500, and today we ended with a total M2M of around 7 lakh. So I'll be showing that more in the video. As we go on to the screen recording, I'll be showing you what exactly were the trades we took today. And first we'll discuss about what happened throughout this year. As I earlier mentioned, this year was a complete roller coaster ride. So with options, we ended up making somewhere around 1 crore 20 lakh this financial year and we paid around 25 lakh as charges. And with equities, we ended up making somewhere around 55 lakh as the total gain. So both put together, we ended up making somewhere around 1 crore 70 lakh for the entire financial year. So this figure might actually look big, but when you look at this in terms of percentage, so after deducting all the brokerage charges of 25 lakh, whatever we told, and all other charges, if you look in terms of percentage, we are able to clock in around 42% for this entire year. So this is not a huge return. That is because we didn't perform for 4 continuous months. Maybe if we had done little better, we could have gone to 50 or 60, but overall in terms of percentage, this is 42% per year. So what we try to achieve with option trading and equity together is around 30 to 35% per year. So our idea is we need to make around 18 to 20% with options and 10% from equities. So overall we want to achieve around 30% consistently. With that respect, we have done well because our net return after all the charges is around 42%. So with return terms, you will be getting a much better perspective. So our average capital for this year was 3.5 crores and our net profit was somewhere around 1.4 crores. So that is the overall summary of our financial year. So the thing is, for the start, what we had got and where we ended, so there is a huge difference. The reason being, we didn't perform for 4 continuous months. So I'll be telling you more about that. So in the first 6 months itself, that is April till October, we ended up making somewhere around 1 crore 50 lakh. So out of whatever we have made of 1 crore 70 lakh, we ended up making around 1 crore 50 lakh in the first 6 months itself. In the next 6 months, we have just made around 20 lakh. The thing here is in 4 months, that is October, November, December, January, our returns from F&O was negative 20 lakh. So first 6 months we had a great performance, but next 4 months our return was negative 20 lakh. That means we made no progress at all in the 4 months. We actually came back. Forget about making progress on the higher side. We actually started coming back. So then this time our psychology was completely affected. Imagine 120 days, you don't even end up making a single penny of profit. You waste almost quarter of a year, more than quarter of a year, somewhere around 30 to 40% of the year with zero profit or no profit, no loss. So this was a very bad period for us and the entire situation was quite challenging. So we had to think over and overcome this entire situation. So October, November, December, January, our return was negative 20 lakh. So at this time we had a lot of future positions and we had a lot of positional trade. What we did is we squared off everything and we started new from February 1st, where it was the budget day as well. So from there on, we have made a consistent progress, and from there on our consistency has come back as well. So I'll make one more video where I talk about how the psychology was and how we try to improve the psychology later on. So in the next 50 days, so that is from February 1st till March 31st, hardly around 40 days, we ended up making somewhere around 37 to 38 lakh. So this is almost 1 lakh every day on all working days. So because of this, we were actually able to, in the last 6 months, we were able to come from negative 20 lakhs to positive 15 lakh. So I will show all of this on the screen recording. Now we'll be quickly moving on to the screen recording, where first I'll be showing you what exactly happened to today's trade, and also I'll be showing you our yearly performance. And meanwhile, if you're liking the content on this channel, do not forget to hit the like button, share this video, as well as subscribe to Optionables. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Hi everyone, welcome to the video. So right over here, what you can see on the screen is the total M2M for today, and you can see totally we made little lesser than 7 lakh, around 6 lakh 91,000. So first I will explain the trade logic, and then we'll move on to back office and look at the P&L report. So when I actually open a Nifty chart over here, so today morning we first entered a 17,500 short straddle. So as soon as we entered 17,500 short straddle, the market actually first came towards 17,500, and later there was a huge bounce back. So luckily for us, in this particular bounce, our stop loss did not get triggered. So that is one very positive thing, because in case if the C stop loss had got triggered, then it would be a very unfortunate thing, because right after that, the market started to slide down. So now you might ask me, once Nifty broke 17,550, why exactly I felt that markets are going to come back towards 17,500? Because I had this feeling from the beginning that the expiry might happen somewhere around 17,500. So for that, we will have to look at the open interest, and I'll just log into Sensibull. So right now I have opened multi-strike OI on Sensibull. So you can see this is the chart of Nifty, and the green line right over here is the 17,500 put option, and the red line right over here is the 17,500 call option. So now you might observe here the market is actually shooting up higher, but even at that point the call writing is actually going up. So when will you see when the market is actually going up and people are writing more and more in the money calls? So that is only if you expect the market to come back. So today I was more or less expecting a consolidation, and you can see this right over here, both calls as well as puts. So around 11 o'clock there was slow unwinding of puts which happened, but calls from the word go till the end there was continuous increase in the total number of call option. And even when you look at the put option, there was strong put writing in the beginning, and later there was no real unwinding of puts which happened. So as the market started to fall also, so right over here you can see that the market is actually coming down, but people still didn't end up closing their 17,500 puts. So this is something which you can definitely make a note of. Even though Nifty came to 17,430, people didn't actually close their put option. You can see that there was no closing of put option, but rather there was some additional writing of call option. So that means the expiry was not bound to happen anywhere farther from 17,500. So that was one more indication what you could have got right over here. Throughout the day, we had 17,500 short straddle. So let me just show you that. So you can see this is the 17,500 short straddle, where we ended up making somewhere close to 3.5 lakh. So out of this 7 lakh, we ended up making half of it because of the short straddle alone. So now coming to Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty also, we had a 36,500 short straddle, which was a position which we were carrying from yesterday. So I ended up squaring off this position around 130. The main reason was that I was pretty scared because Bank Nifty was consolidating throughout the day. So I also tweeted that on one hand, I was happy that there is consolidation happening, but on the other end, I was kind of afraid because we had got some good profits, and in case if the market had moved in one direction, then all that profit would have been wiped out. So I was sort of scared as well as happy that the consolidation was happening. So I also took this next week trade with 36,500 and also this week trade of 36,500. You can see right over here. This trade also ended up giving us around 2,60,000. So you can see that right over here. So both the trades actually turned out to be pretty good. And overall, we ended the day with around 7 lakh. So this was the major logic behind the trade of taking 17,500. So now let's quickly log into the back office and we'll take a look at what exactly happened to our performance. There are some more things which I would like to explain as we look at the back office report. So here I'm just going to go to reports and click on the P&L. So first I will show you the F&O. So let me just click submit here and we'll have to wait for the report to generate. So you can see this is our realized P&L. So this is somewhere around 1.3 crores and we have paid 27 lakh in charges. So this has gone in charges alone. And you can see the charges breakdown as well. We have paid 2,23,000 as brokerage for the whole year. And majority of the charges has gone in this turnover charge where we have paid close to 14 lakh. Overall, we have realized a net of around 1 crore 1 lakh and we also have another 6,95,000 in unrealized. So when I actually do the math, we are going to end up somewhere around 94 lakh as a net in F&O. So now when I actually come to equities, so I'm going to change this to indicative P&L because it is going to tell me the equity gains only during that particular period. So we have around 94 lakh with F&O and we have around 54 lakh of unrealized plus another 1,60,000 of realized. So totally around 56 lakh with our equities. So 94 lakh plus 56 lakh is around 1.5 crore is the total profit what we have made in this particular year. So you can see this in 1.5 crores, around 33% has come from equities and 66% has come from F&O. So I will just come back to F&O again. So here I have opened F&O in the indicative P&L and here I want to show you a couple of things. So that is the period between October 1st till 31st of January. So this is one period which I want to show where we had absolutely no returns at all. So we had a negative 20 lakh return, so almost close to 20 lakh. So you can see 19 lakh 9,000 plus another 30,000. 19 lakh 30,000 was our net negative return during this 4 months. So you can almost assume that for a period of almost 120 days, we had negative 5%. So when I change from January to February, February is a month where we actually end up recovering most of the losses what we had in the 4 months. So totally we had around 20 lakh loss in 4 months and February month we end up recovering most of our losses. So you can see our net P&L comes to around 7 lakh. So that means we ended up making around 12 lakh in February. So you can see even after 5 months, we are almost at a position of no profit, no loss. And finally in March month, again it went extremely well for us. So when I open the March month F&O, overall we ended with a total gain of 13 lakh. That means up till January, we had a negative of 20 lakh and February and March alone, we ended with a positive of 13 lakhs. That means totally in just 2 months alone, we have recovered somewhere close to 33 lakh in total. So let me just open the month of February as well as March. So you can see when I open from February 1st till March 31st. So overall with options, we ended up making 44 lakh gross profit. That means in 40 days, we have made almost 1 lakh every day. And our net profit comes down all the way to 33 lakh. So you can see our net realized profit is around 39 lakh. Plus we have another 7 lakh of unrealized. So around 32 to 33 lakh is what we ended up making in February and March month alone. So we had a nice recovery towards the end, but so you can see during this 4 months from October to January end, so our psychology was very badly affected. So I'm going to make a separate video on that, on how we actually overcame this and we later started to enter into profits. Because the thing is, we had certain fixed expenses to honor every month, and on one side the cash was just going, and on the other side you weren't generating anything. So for 4.5 months you were literally net down by almost 20 lakh, and it was a very hard time. And this time you ended up taking a lot of irrational decisions which actually ended up costing much more than what otherwise it would have. I'm going to make a detailed video on all this pretty soon. And this is the overall performance for the financial year 2021-22. And with this, we also come to the end of this video. And if you have liked the video, then don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, and also subscribe to Optionables. And do let us know in the comment section how your financial year went, and also do share your returns as well. Thank you so much for joining, guys.